run last summer. My very last run was console. This year I'm trying to do almost all of them on console if I can. Did my first Berserker Risk run on the emulator, just in case things went really wrong. But here we go. This is it. The final fight. Final battle right here. So let's go ahead and apply. Let's go ahead and apply Flare Sword right now. These guys are going to take kind of a passive role in the beginning here. So first order of business is to get shell status on all 4 characters if we can. Shell status on everybody as soon as we can get it on, just to keep white holes from throwing our plans all the way out. So that we don't have... there's a white hole, and it failed indeed. So the white hole did fail right there. That's exactly what we wanted to happen, and it happened. White hole failed. Good night. And actually, I probably shouldn't have put Flare Sword on her so early because I may need to use the Mirage Vest glitch. So I guess the Knight probably would have been the best Mirage Vest choice for this one. Okay, so now that... Okay. Well, he is dead now. So here is... Arise. We're even taking a hit in the back row. That was all it took. Taking a hit in the back row. Alright, so now we're going to go Vitality Song in everybody. That will get regen status on everybody. And let's not let this set us back too much. I do need Shell back on him. I would have liked that physical attack to have gone somewhere else, but that's okay. Of course, I also would love it if... Okay, so he's got level song going, and I'll get my White Mage singing Power Song. Or, sorry, not Power Song, Speed Song. Excuse me. So we're going to get levels and speed up, and these are the only 2 stats we need to boost up. So I'm just going to wait a few rounds here while we see our levels start to climb. Alright, and so this will happen, and we just need to take care of it when it does. I'm going to get her singing again. Singing Speed Song again. There's White Hole, and back at Lena. So now, again, it's going to take two items to get her awake again. So going the way I don't want him to go, but that's alright. It's not a huge deal. It's just slowing down our progress. If these were happening on the other characters who are just kind of passive right now, it wouldn't be slowing us down because the levels and speed would continue to climb. Okay, there's a white hole on the Knight landed. Okay. So this is a little bit dicey right now because I have 2 singers going. And the singers cannot be knocked out of their status. I should have put softs a little closer to the top. By attacks from X-Death right there. Singers can't be knocked out by attacks from X-Death. They can be killed by attacks from X-Death, which they would, of course, be killed by attacks from X-Death. But they can't be knocked out of their status. So I want to just keep them alive and going. And what I want is I want physical attacks from X-Death going onto Ferris or my Mystic Knight, who are both protected from them. So that is eating an action from X-Death. So far, X-Death has not been very obliging with those, unfortunately. Unfortunately, X-Death has not been very nice about putting physical attacks on those characters. So that has kind of stopped us from doing what we want to do. And so there is a shell that, or a white hole that landed all the way through the shell status and the boosted levels. So that's unfortunate right there. And I'll just do a rise. Probably could just get away with just using life on him. But I'll just use a rise, that's okay. Because here comes the soft. So now I have to go back to buffing. Again, we got to get back into buffing mode. But XDeath has really been targeting the right characters to set us off of our plan. He has really been targeting the right characters. Okay, so we'll do a little bit more on this. Hopefully we have XDeath waste some actions. Nope, there's White Hole, and it lands at less than 50% odds. He has missed a couple, so that's been okay. He has missed a couple. That's been fine. He's missed a couple of them. But actually, if I get, you know, if Ferris gets knocked out here in this round, luckily with haste status, we're okay. But if Ferris had gotten knocked out on that and I couldn't use both actions from Ferris, it would have really been ugly. I need a physical attack on either of these guys because they can handle him. That's what I needed right there. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. I needed a physical attack because Ferris is guarding. And the Mirage Vest is in effect on... Yep. Good. And this will help me build up a little bit of a level advantage on XDeath, which will help stop White Hole from landing. And actually realizing I should have spent some more money on some Phoenix Downs because I have like 40,000. I should have bought a few more. But it's not going to be a problem. It's not going to be an issue. We'll be okay. It's not going to be a huge issue. Okay, let's go back here. I'm going to get us defended back up just a little bit. Let's go with Regen Song again so I can see the process or the progress of the level song there. So now I'm going to get everybody with regen ticks popping up again. Very good. Physical attack exactly where I needed it. Right there. Let's reapply Shell. Shell gives you a 50% block rate on targeted stuff, and that includes White Hole. And actually, I might be ready pretty soon to start going after XDeath here. We might be ready pretty soon. So White Hole, again, should have a hard time landing. Physical attacks are still going to be coming through, of course. And I'll throw, well, I won't do it just yet. I'm almost ready, I think. I'm almost ready for going on the offensive. I want to give it a little bit more time if I can. A little bit more time to pick up the levels that I want to get. I mean, you can be really, really careful with this stuff and just go forever and ever and ever. I'm deciding not to do that. Okay, so now she's much better protected. That's actually a little bit silly of me to do that because now it'll take a couple extra rounds to knock him out of singing status. But now she can a little bit more easily bump us the rest of the way on our other songs. Alright, well, there's White Hole, so that knocked him right out. And again, XDeath has landed some White Holes at fairly low odds. XDeath has been landing some White Holes at fairly low odds in this. So let us go ahead and knock my White Mage out of Blink status. Let's go ahead and do that, and let's go on the offensive here. Because I think we're ready. And let's see if that actually brings her... Yeah, that does bring her all the way out. Very good. So now we can safely apply Flare Sword. And... so that took both of those out because you get 2 attacks with your Bare Fist. And so that knocked both of the shields out. Alright, here we go. Let's see what kind of damage we've got. It's not super pumped, but, you know, 9999, that's always good to have happen. That's always good to see. And now we're just going to be doing Blink and Shell with most of my other characters, just keeping Blink and Shell on all of us. Blink the Knight. Knight should do good damage. Yeah. Yeah, Knight's doing good damage. So it'll take about 5 attacks or so to bring this guy down. And that's just fine with me. Flare Sword's probably not all that necessary. Keep him out. I'm actually going to cast Holy right here. Because Xdeath is going to be in a dangerous part of his routine, and I've got to rush him through it. And that will do it. So that pushed Xdeath past his dangerous routine, because if Xdeath had gotten a turn, say if I had cast another buff spell with that bard, and Xdeath got a turn on me, he could have used Meteor, and Meteor could have knocked out a couple of those characters. It's very important that I start the Neo Xdeath fight, not very important, but it's easier if I start the Neo Xdeath fight with all 4 characters on their feet. Even if they're in low health, as you can see, my characters are in kind of low health there. That doesn't matter at all for this fight. That matters not. So here's the plan for Neo. I believe White Mage is going to use Magic Lamp. Then, because her turn's coming up first, then we're going to apply Break Sword with the Mystic Knight. We're going to put the Apollo Harp in the hands of my Bard and go after the Grand Cross piece and have the Knight do the same. Then we're going to Break Sword the Almagest piece on the bottom, and then switch back to Flare Sword to finish off the Grand Cross piece and the front piece, and then we'll use the Magic Lamp again. So, don't blink or you'll miss it. Here we go. Let's execute the plan. Magic Lamp. Here's Bahamut. This should do pretty nice damage to everybody because her level is boosted way up. Her level is boosted big time. Alright, that's good. Now, let's apply Break Sword on the Mystic Knight. Looks like, okay, it is Apollo Harp time. Not, well, empty hands time. And the Knight's going to do the same. Go after the Grand Cross piece. Should take just a couple of rounds to bring the Grand Cross piece down. Okay, Magic Lamp again. Now that Break Sword is applied, we're just going to attack the Almagest piece, or the bottom piece, with Break Sword. And listen for that sound of the piece dying. So that is the piece dying away. Grand Cross is not going to give us much trouble because it switches its routine based on, yeah, that's Flare Sword, based on how much hit points it has. So it will never actually, we might not even hear it say the laws of the universe are broken. We might not even hear it say that word, or see it say that word. Here's Holy, and it's boosted. Yep. Alright, so there's that piece dead. So that piece is now dead. Let's put, I'm just going to have the Bard sit back and put Blink status on. So now there's not a lot that the front piece can do. So we'll attack about 5 times on the front piece. 1. Delta attack, so this will slow us down a little bit. Not the Magic Lamp. Soft. I'm going to wait for that to resolve, the soft to resolve. I'm going to put Blink back on. These are overly cautious measures I'm taking. Flare Sword's still on. just cast Holy straight up. I'm listening for the sound. Look at that lag on Holy. Okay, so I'm going to wait until another character has an action ready to go before I cast Holy here. Very good. That was a physical attack. All right, Holy. This is going to do a lot less damage because it's not boosted by the Apollo Heart. But I believe that was the piece fading away, and I confirmed with the cursor on the attack, so it is going to be Kara or Kryl that delivers the final blow to X-Death. Controller is set down, menu's closed, and we are good to go. So X-Death is going to fade away, and that is run 4. So as is usual, when X-Death fades away, I'm going to be ending the stream. I will record out to the end locally so I can get screenshots of all of my characters, but there is the X-Death Battle 1, X-Death all the way. This was a really fun party, obviously a very powerful party. Bard, Mystic Knight, White Mage, any one of those characters would give me a lot of power in this one. Any one of them would. But of course, having all three is massive. So that is run 4. Run 5, I'm not sure if I'm going to do another one before the big speed run. I will see if I can get one more in and make the big speed run event later this summer, run number 6. If you're watching this now or later on, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you give me a thumbs up if you like the video and let me know what you think. See you next time.